Eddie. I just wanted to do a little follow-up video to one I did earlier about negativity, and I didn't get all my thoughts out, I guess, in that video. So you guys get to hear more about negativity. Anyway, just wanted to say a few things. This last 2 weeks have been really up and down for me. There's been some good things and been some not so good things, and even today it was just one good thing, another good thing, and then something pretty bad. And I guess what I'm trying to convey, I'm not a person that believes in Pollyanna, be happy, about everything all the time. And look, Joe, I'm not driving. My hands aren't on the wheel, but the car is parked. So just want to get that out there. Anyway, because she was worried about me last time, my hands not being on the wheel. I told her Jesus had the wheel. Anyway, but yeah, I got some bad news this evening. I called home, was checking in with Joe, and I'm not going to say what it is. And in comparison to some of the bad news some of my friends and family have, I mean, my gosh, my sister Tina is having surgery Monday on her leg, and this makes, I guess, the 8th one. I'm not sure. I've kind of lost count, and I know she's tired of it. She wants it to be healed, and she didn't want to have to worry about this leg anymore. And she's afraid at some point she might lose her leg. Those are real problems. Not that my problems aren't real, but it's all about your perspective. I think it's how you view the problem that can be the real problem. And I think that we have a tendency just to throw up our hands and say, you know what, I give up. There's just too much stuff going on in my life. I give up. Too many bad things. The world's evil. Everybody's evil. People hate me. The government hates me. I get bad news when I go to the doctor, so I'm not going to go to the doctor. We've got one relative that really needs to go see the doctor. Actually, I've got more than one. That refuses to go because they don't want the bad news or don't want to pay the bill. And it's just watching people suffer is hard, and watching people basically just give up is hard. And so negative things, they do happen, and we have to deal with them. And like I said in my earlier video, my way of dealing with it, and it may not be the way you deal with it, but the way I deal with it is I go to the Lord in prayer, and I talk to Him about it. And I read my Bible, and I pray about things. I pray for other people. I find if I think more about other people than I do myself, that my problems seem so much smaller and so much more manageable. And I think one of the worst things that you can do when you're dealing with something, whether it's a little thing or a big thing, is just to shut down and not do anything about it. The worst thing you can do is let depression set in and to sit in your room and cry about it, and not get up in the mornings and get your day started, and all those things that happen to us when we're going through depression. And I know that sounds, you may say, well, that's easy for you to say. You've not been through what I've been through. Well, let me tell you, I've been through some stuff. I've been through some stuff. Some of the stuff was self-inflicted. I guess a lot of it was self-inflicted. But there has been a time in my recent history before I moved to Brevard where I was alone and no one really to talk to, only a couple friends that really were even interested in doing anything with me. And I was just alone with my thoughts, and no one else was around. And I can tell you those were some tough days, and that went on for a few years. And then God brought Joe into my life, and I really believe she is my helpmeet, and she's helped turn me around, and she's helped me to see life in a more positive light. Although I still struggle, I still have my moments of despair. I've had some tough discussions with my management where I work now, and when those things happen and you're a positive person, it tends to bring you down a little bit, and that's natural. But we don't need to give in to that. We don't need to give in to our fears and our problems. And I think that it's important to stay focused on what's good in life. And there's scripture and songs that talk about counting your blessings, and I think that's what we need to do. I think that makes all the difference, is if you could just sit down wherever it is you have a quiet place, whether it be on your front porch, in your bedroom, wherever it might be, and just get alone with your thoughts, get alone with God, and just think about the blessings in your life. And I tell you, one of the other things I think is real important is we not look back to the past too much. Sometimes we have this view of the glory days, that they were great, that this life was so much better back when. But we can't live there. We have to live here. We have to live in the here and now. And so I want to just say that I'm rooting for everyone that's going through issues. And if you've got a prayer concern on your heart and you don't want to tell it to anybody else, you can tell it to me. You can send me a private message, because one of the things that I've done real well in my life is keeping things to myself. So if you just need somebody to talk to, you need somebody to pray with you or for you, please send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. And I'd love to be there for you if I can. And I think that we need to do that for other people. If we're in a good place and somebody we know is not, we should take time to listen to them and be there for them. Anyway, just wanted to send you out with a blessing for Friday evening. Hope you guys have a glorious weekend. Spend time with your friends and family. Forget about your troubles if you can, or at least put them behind you for the time being, and just celebrate the good things in your life. See you later.